Hi, it's Kerry, Mary Magdalene Soul. Thanks for joining me. Today I thought I'd talk about why the second coming is about the fall of Jesus. And by fall, I mean descent into being of us and not above us. So there's a lot to set up here to why I'm saying that. And just please bear with me while I explain. So I'm divine feminine, he's divine masculine. When 2,000 years ago, when Jesus was alive, it was a common worldview that the divine masculine gnosis, inner knowing, is in counterbalance to the divine feminine, Sophia, inner wisdom. Just like in the West, we talk about universal knowledge and universal wisdom. Divine masculine, divine feminine, these concepts and energies are represented around the world in different cultures and countries, like Shakti and Shiva in India. And that's how they're represented physically to the within the Indian culture, but it's still the same energy of the same souls. So let's look at me. This lifetime, let me back up. So that happened 2,000 years ago. Then the second century, there was a movement started to imperialize Europe and control all the different sects of early Christianity that were living in communes and doing their own thing and weren't really part of a centralized government. So they wanted to centralize government and impose a hierarchical structure, a really masculine structure. So decisions started to be made that God is masculine only. They're going to assign the creation, which was originally feminine, that attribute to the masculine God who creates and orchestrates. So starting to repress the feminine. Then you have the 4th century Council of Nicaea, where they only adopted 4 of the 21 Gospels, and Jesus became God, Son of God. Okay, now he said things like, "I am one with the Father." Well, Mary is one with the mother. There's a father and a mother, and there's all this talk in Christianity that we're made in the image of God, and we're dual. We're men and women. So if we're made in the image of God, God must also be dual for balance. And women have been complaining about white men, the patriarchy, and women are intuitive. They're picking up on this energy that femininity was repressed. And what they did is they take the healing gifts of women, forgiveness, understanding, compassion, and institutionalized it in a church and made Jesus a son of God. So they made it necessary to go through the church to get to God. However, I know I don't need a church to access the divinity inside of my own soul, which is what Jesus was really teaching. If you read the early Gnostic texts that they found in Nag Hammadi and such, there's a lot of research, there's a lot of textual documentation for this perspective. Okay. And I have a master's degree in East Asian religious studies, so I love the research, but I went east, not west. So now I'm unveiling myself. I'm diving into the history. So feminine was repressed underneath. Masculine, so divine feminine, gone. I mean, Mary Magdalene became a prostitute in the 6th century. Her gospel is not taught, right? And then Jesus went above. And then here's the collective of souls. So repress the divine feminine, she's beneath, just forget her, and her attributes go up here. So masculine claims everything. Sounds a little narcissistic, right? And there's current psychological research that shows that narcissistic men get together and emotionally support themselves and deny that from the woman, but the woman is the emotional center. Emotional support is women's work. Right brain activity is forgiveness, compassion, understanding. Right brain is femininity. Okay, so in this lifetime, I had a very traumatic childhood, and I met Jason Colvin, JC, in my childhood. He's currently the head of global security at GoDaddy. My website's registered there. I haven't talked to him, but he knows everything, so I keep going. So traumatic childhood, I internalized that I'm the problem. So I just put myself beneath. So what kind of men do I attract as a counterbalance? Men who think of themselves as above the collective. So the collective, everybody, the general population is here. I perceive myself beneath, and they perceive themselves above, evidenced by some of the men that I attracted into my life to heal that are in my book, My Inner Heroine, Exploring Feminine Pain. They include Justin Waller, Andrew Tate, 2 Fire Academy instructors, and then Jason Colvin's former FBI, currently head of global security at GoDaddy. These are the men who are highly avoidant attachment style with a likely sex addiction. So what did I find in Justin's heart to kind of substantiate what I've found in the psychological research about that narcissistic men give each other emotional support so they don't have to get it from women? I found Andrew in Justin's heart. And then that's how I helped Andrew Tate, because I had to help Justin become in more balance and get the codependency addressed inside the heart, right? Because that's a wound. A man in a man's heart is a wound, because women are the emotional center. But when everybody's out of balance, people get their, coping mechanism, so to speak. Like, men go to other men to rupture and repair, to kind of, cry and expose their emotional wounds and then repair it. But that's feminine work. Okay? So women, we're the emotional center. So our emotions come out, the rupture, and then we do the repair. There's the makeup sex. Right? So that's feminine work, but as a society, we aren't doing that. We're repressed because women are in the workforce. They're not home working on themselves and doing this rupture and repair process. So we're completely out of balance. So this is what I see. So I'm in my garage. I don't have any support from any of these guys. They aren't talking to me. And I'm coming out from below. And the more I come out from below, I'm knocking him up off the top, so that Jesus Christ's soul and Mary Magdalene's soul can be recognized that we're of the people, we're not below the people, we're not above the people, we are of the people. We are the lead souls on the planet. So I, as the lead feminine soul, we all need healing. So what do I do all day long? I'm in and out of enlightenment all day long, talking to souls all day long, trying to get my book out there, making these videos when I barely have any technical skills. Like, I don't even know how to do the caption over here. But here I am, and doing my best. Like, I might need to sell my condo next year to continue to fund me, because I get no funding and I have millionaires around me. That's how much the feminine is repressed. I have millionaires. My first guy in my book, he's got a house in Rincon. That's on the beach, gated community in, right below Santa Barbara. How much do you think that's worth? He won't respond to my text for help. I said, no talking. Jason doesn't respond. Justin has a whole business, called his business, doesn't respond. Now, I'm not perfect, but this is the way it's got to be. So I have to accept that this is the way that's necessary. How are we going to dethrone Jesus and equalize Mary? That is my task. How do we dethrone Jesus and equalize the divine feminine, Mary Magdalene in that lifetime? Kerry Blaser, Kerry Bazoglo is my married name. I'm not married anymore, but my ex-husband's Israeli. Gee, big surprise. My ex-husband's Israeli, and I speak some Hebrew, and I've lived in Israel. Oh, and I met him in Tibet, where people think that Jesus also traveled. Interesting, right? Oh, when I was there, I met the Karmapa, who's one below the Dalai Lama. He was 7 years old. My birthday is June 25th. I was born in Scottsdale, Arizona. Oh, Charlie Kirk's family's in Scottsdale, Arizona. Oh, right. He said Mary is the solution to toxic feminism on July 16th, 2025. On that same day, I sent an email to the Red Pill leadership, all the signs and synchronicities that my soul is the same soul as Mary Magdalene. That was my first external communication. So it came out literally on the text, and it also came out of Charlie's mouth. Scottsdale, Arizona. So, and there's a lot more signs and synchronicities. I have links below. I'm updating my website. I'm just coming out with this. And so I'm being brave. And this is my soul's purpose. And I'm here to help everybody know that you are capable of healing yourself. You don't need the church to access the divinity inside your soul. All right. Please like and subscribe. I'll keep making these videos. Take care.